Good morning, noon, afternoon, evening. How are you doing this happy Halloween when I am recording this episode of the ACE podcast where we talk everything about art, culture, and entertainment, specifically pop culture. My name is Will. I'm the host of this little show that I host by myself. So this is, rather than giving y'all a bonus episode, I decided that I'm going to make a long one because I missed a lot of news. There's a lot to talk about, and even more still that I'm going to have to catch up on after I record this. But yes, we're recording this on Halloween. I'm going to try and post this on Halloween. It's spooky season. You know what it is. Libra gang. Shout outs to the Scorpios. They up next. But how am I doing, your gracious gracious host for this show? I'm doing okay. With that being said, let's talk about the trailer to Rise of Skywalker, the final trailer, which made me feel nothing. I felt nothing. I was way more invested in that first trailer they dropped, I think because of the teaser that they had of both potential dark side Rey, which we know isn't going to happen, with that weird-ass switchblade saber, which is so stupid looking, and I love it. I want a toy of that thing. As soon as that thing hits shelves, I'm ready and raring to buy it, because it looks so fucking goofy, and I love it. But yeah, and then the potential leaks and Palpatine's supposed to be coming back. And there's some leaks that dropped I'm not going to talk about because I am praying to God that these leaks are not true. Because if so, this reads bad. It might be executed well. I'll probably be like, yeah, you need to go see it when it comes out. Because that's usually how I feel about most movies I see in theaters. Because, it's the hype. The hype gets you. And then it dies down, and then you get to look at it from a little bit more of a pragmatic and critical lens. It's rare nowadays, I would say, for me to sit through something and be like, wow, that wasn't a good time at all. Unless it's like television. But like in the theater, you have that engagement from fans and everything. Like my experience with The Force Awakens is unforgettable. Mostly because of the crowd that I was with. But also, I did get some emotional resonance with that movie of things that I kind of recognize from the franchise. It's a great experience. Similar to Last Jedi, that's going to be unforgettable for a completely different reason. I gave up some sex because I already paid for the ticket that night. So, I'm like, that. I'm like, well, I would take us home, but we paid for the ticket. So about $20 has been spent. I'm watching this fucking movie tonight. Otherwise, had I not paid for it, so my frugal, not frugalness, but my like thriftiness outweighed my want for pussy the one time. But yeah, so the Rise of Skywalker trailer. See how easily I got distracted from it? Because it just didn't give me anything to really be that interested in. J.J. Abrams, he's okay. His new Spider-Man comic sucks. I'm going to keep reading it because it's a mini, but it's not good. It just from him and Henry, it sucks. It's so bad. Even Sarah Pacelli's art is bad, and she's one of my favorite artists. I'm so disappointed. Jay does not give me shit to work with the trailer. I get it. I think the first one was better. I think there were more mysteries. There were better teases. We got glimpses of Lando and like Darkside Rey and the glimpses of like what the Falcon's doing. And I think we got some shots of actual Star Wars. But we got like a teaser of the Knights of Rey, if memory serves. So all these allusions to things, but this one didn't really give us too much to get excited for. I think it was a lot of less interesting shots other than the ones of like Rey and Kylo standing on the downed Death Star in that open sea, and the image of Palpatine's spike grown throne or whatever that was based off that old concept art, and like the fleet in space and them going to seek help and help us build up the resistance to make it better, and the little shots of Leia and stuff like that, and like it was a weak trailer to me. Didn't get me excited. I'm gonna see the movie because I'm ready to finish the cycle out. I'm definitely going to watch The Mandalorian. We can talk about that instead. I'd much rather talk about that. New Rise of Skywalker trailer just kind of very meh, very bleh, very boring, very bland. It was just shots, cool. Shot composition is solid. Seeing Finn and Poe again. Yay, get to see the best boyfriends. And a black woman. So hoping somebody black ends up with her. Got to see Rose for a brief second. Neat. It kind of makes me a little upset because it's such a nothing trailer. I usually get excited for trailers, but I felt nothing for it. But the Mandalorian trailer, on the other hand, a lot more going on there. A lot more interesting. Jon Favreau, good director. The people that got behind the show are very good. Fucking Bill Burr shows up, laser pistoling it out. Let's go. Bald Billy, let's do it. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see the role that he plays. I hope he doesn't die. I hope he like slowly becomes a supporting and a lead. But he probably won't have a long longevity on that show. Get to hear the Mandalorian actually speak very briefly, I believe. Season 1 about to like pull off his helmet. I think it's already confirmed for season 2 anyways. It's good. A lot more interesting stories. You got a space western mystery going on. You got different shots and members of the cast and everything. Just different stories from different storytellers that are very, very talented storytellers that don't have to deal with this big bullshit of the Skywalker saga. They're working with something different. It's a different character. It's not. I'm hoping he's not related to the Fets. Praying that he's not related to the fucking Fets. It doesn't. Not everything has to tie in with that goddamn Skywalker saga. Just let him be his own thing. And it looks like it's going to be his own thing. And I'm very interested in where this show's going to go. I'm excited, actually. I don't mind there not being Jedi as long as the stories are good. I mean, the reason I stick around with Star Wars is because I like lightsaber fights. But for them to not have any lightsaber fights, pretty interesting. Seeing what missions this guy's going to go on. These bounty hunts, seeing him fight, the way they're shot, literally and figuratively from like a camera viewpoint. Like, it looks really engaging. I'm really interested, and I honestly don't think there's going to be a lot of speaking from the Mandalorian himself. So seeing how people react to him, I think is going to be really fascinating. Seeing some of the space battles, seeing him fight off monsters and shit like that. I'm already interested way more in this character than I have been anyone in the new trilogy, aside from maybe Finn and Poe. Sorry, Rey, you have a great actress behind you, but your writing is just not. The writing isn't helping any of those characters. God. The more I sit with the sequel trilogy, the sadder it makes me. But I always feel like I have to defend it because everyone seems so heavily vitriolic towards it. But man, Mandalorian looks good. Rise of Skywalker, if these leaks are true, it will suck ass. So hopefully it's better than these leaks have alleged it to be. So while we are talking about trailers, Jumanji The Next Level got a final trailer. Oh my god, the movie that no one asked for, which shouldn't exist, because the whole ending of fucking Welcome to the Jungle involved them destroying the fucking game, but I guess the fuck not. Sony's got a new franchise other than Spider-Man that makes almost $1 billion like Venom did. Didn't see that one come. I mean, I like the second Jumanji movie, which should have been just there, but that's neither here nor there. It's unrelated. I think it's a fun time. Saw it with my family. That was a nice little surprise of a movie. Effects weren't the best. It was a very cheap movie. But, thought it was cute. Thought there were some nice touches and allusions there to the past movie. Then we get a third one, and it's like, what the fuck? Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to see it out of curiosity, because I'm like, where are they going to go now? And apparently they're having grandparents in the game. And one girl gets turned into a horse and trying to switch all the bodies back. It's like, oh, thanks, guy. Here's the weird thing about this movie. This movie forces the actors to have more range than I've probably seen them in any other film that they've ever done, because they have to play these other characters in the bodies of the video game characters, which is the case for the first one. But then they're going to be swapping around, it looks like, playing a new game. New character. Seems like some characters might be coming to the real world. So I don't know. I'm interested in that. It looks fun. It looks about as fun as the last one did. It looks like they got a little bit of a better budget. So I'm happy. Everyone looks like they're having a great time during production and afterwards. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I don't know. I saw the trailer. I'm like, wow, this looks interesting. They got I think Danny DeVito and who's my boy from Lethal Weapon, Danny Glover, playing like these old senile grandparents while they're trying to find the two other kids from the last movie. So, how the fuck did the game get back? That's my big question. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Vin Diesel's Bloodshot also got a trailer. Thanks, Sony. I'm interested in it. I didn't watch, what is it called? Not Bloodshot. I didn't watch the Bloodshot. They didn't have a Bloodshot miniseries. I didn't watch Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe. I'll have to go back and give it a shot. I heard good things about Jason David Frank's performance, because he looks just like the fucking character, which isn't that hard to do. And based off the figure that we've seen, he's going to get that appearance, but I'm feeling like they're probably going to try and make this a Valiant franchise if this one does well. But apparently, a lot of people feel like it spoiled a lot of the things in the trailer, which I feel like, I'm hoping at least, that there's more to the trailer there's more to the movie than what was revealed in the trailer, because it didn't even cross my mind It's a lot like a mix of like RoboCop and Upgrade. In terms of what they're doing with it. Its plot is very similar to RoboCop. Vin Diesel's acting looks fine. I'm gonna see it. I'm intrigued because I keep like Bloodshot was definitely confirmed and announced, and I kind of didn't believe it just to think that a Valiant Universe comic would get a movie at all. So I guess we'll see. I'm sure when they tie it in and try to backdoor Exo Man of War, it's gonna be their Sony's Iron Man or some shit like that. Maybe they'll try to get him to crossover with Spider-Man. We'll get Blood Spider or some dumbass name like that, or with Morbius or something goofy as fuck. Sony wants to have their own little universe. They can give it a try. They can give it a Bloodshot. Movie looks okay. It looks like a generic action flick with a kind of interesting premise, but then it kind of gives away part of the twist in the trailer, which I actually kind of glazed over the first time until I read the comments. I'm like, oh yeah, they did kind of give that away. So if you want to see the movie, it looks interesting. Don't watch the trailer for it. Just go see it. Just give it a chance. I'm sure I'll talk about it when that movie drops. I think in 2020 or whatever. Probably like January, February, some shit like that. All I can hope for is that it's good, and I hope there's more to it than meets the eye. I hope the action is at least fun. There's a scene where he's like crashing down. I can tell that this movie's not completely done because those effects looked woo. That CGI was rough. Them visual effects in a couple shots of that trailer, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely the first trailer because they did some. When they rushed out that first Venom trailer, which no one asked them to do, it was 2 weeks after production wrapped, looked rough. Like it. So, same here. Hoping the effects get cleaned up and fixed by the time the movie comes out in a couple months. So, that is what that is. And then, so those are the Sony trailers. Then we got one other trailer. The trailer for The Witcher dropped. The second trailer. Looks good. Looks very good. Henry Cavill, I think, will do a bang-up job as Geralt. Yeah, cinematography's good. Effects look passable. They don't look like that. I'm gonna have an issue with that. I still haven't beat The Witcher 3. I touch it on and off because my version I changed the language to French to brush up on my linguistic skills, and yeah, so it makes it a little bit slower of a playthrough. I don't know. I think The Witcher is a very interesting premise. It's got glowing reviews game-wise. I think I just need to get more into it. I'm definitely going to watch it when the show comes out. It looks like it's an interesting premise of people trying to like hunt him down and him hunting monsters and the reputation that Geralt has. So, in turning this show into like its own little series, I'm interested in it. I'm hoping this is a good turn for Henry Cavill's career and everything, because I feel like he wouldn't mind coming back as Superman, but I don't think that's where his intent and his focus is right now. Like, when he got cast, he's like, all right, I get to be Superman, but by the time we got to Batman v Superman, he's like, fuck! Oh, they're trying to tank my career! Oh, God! I hope it's good. Game of Thrones is over. We need something else to kind of fill that gap of medieval fantasy. But, yeah, we're gonna miss you, man. Pour a drink out for the man. And that's going to do it for us this week. You got a nice, special long episode of the ACE podcast. No questions, because, need to spread the word. But if you ever have questions, drop them down below, wherever the comment section is on this video or audio. The hashtag AskAce. Rest in peace to the legend, John Witherspoon, a.k.a. Pops, a.k.a. everybody's granddad. You will surely be missed. My brother, I hope they got bad bitches and great coffee wherever you are, man. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. We will see you, we being me. I'm your host, Will, a.k.a. Will the Greatest. Make sure if you want to touch base with me, or if you want to follow me on my social media. All of that is at Will the Greatest, except for Twitter, because I don't believe in that shit. But check me out on YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat. Yes, sir. We'll see you next time. Stay blessed. Stay away from stress. God bless. And happy Halloween. Have a good one, and I will see you next week.